Last session of the week or the cycle, and this one was a bit of a mixed bag. I was doing good stuff on jumping. I was able to learn a couple of things on how to harness the power of arm swing, and I'm thinking that the high pull is an exercise that could really help me in taking this forward. And at the same time, I was feeling a bit tired, and my shoulder was giving me a bit of more discomfort than I was used to over the last couple of weeks. I do not think that I am regressing in terms of how my rehab is going. It's just that maybe I'm doing too much. I don't know. I wasn't really doing much overhead pressing over this week, and I was keeping the usual wall internal and external twists to a minimum. So maybe I think that I should be implementing different exercises. In here, I was going for a few sets on the push press. I wanted to see how 40 kilos felt like, and I knew that the concentric could kind of be cheated by the fact that it's a push press, so there is a lot of involvement of the lower part of the body. Mainly, I wanted to see how the eccentrics felt, because historically they are the ones that have sparked the issue to begin with, and there is really something that I am doing wrong when it comes to lowering the bar using the right muscles. There's probably is too much of an involvement by the subscapularis that should not really be doing anything other than stabilizing the head of the humerus inside the shoulder joint. So in here I wasn't really feeling pain. I was feeling though that there is that instability, and that has not been addressed. One exercise that I am thinking to reintroduce in more of a rehab ground zero progression is going to be maybe the dip, because I noticed that the portion of the movement that tends to give me the biggest annoyance is when my arm is flexed behind, my elbow is behind my torso, and pressure is applied upwards, which is recreating the movement of the dip at the bottom of the range of motion, and that creates probably too much external rotation, and that is what is giving me the pain. So if I was able to regress it maybe to an isometric on one of those assisted dip machines and spend some time in there, see what sensation it gives me, maybe it could be like a worthwhile addition. But let's see about that. In terms of the way that the upper body session went, I was doing some volume for the pull-ups, neutral grip. This is the variation that I find most congenial to the health of the shoulders, and so I was doing 3 sets of that, 10 reps each, just staying in the 3 to 2 reps in reserve, because I was kind of supersetting everything. At least I was trying to superset the push presses with the pull-ups, and then I was doing the high pulls after a bit of a rest, and then I was going into the lower body volume part of the session, and I was going for hip thrust. Here I went up to 75 kilos, and I was using the larger plates, so I was kind of mindful of just tapping them on the floor so that I would not be deloading much of the tension from the glutes, and using 2 paddings, because I noticed that this 15 kilo bar especially tends to dig into my hips a lot, but with 2 pads it doesn't really give me much of discomfort, and I was able to go for sets of 15, 14 and 14 75 kilos. I'll probably be going up, because 15 reps are probably the cut-off point when I am probably doing too much work. I'm feeling a big pump in the glutes and a bit in my hamstrings as well. So I noticed that the technique seems decent, and if I can progress this session to session, it's probably because I am slowly learning the movement and how to perform it well. And finishing off with a couple of sets of some shoulder work again, using dumbbells, because they allow the arm to move freely. So this is a risk, but it's also probably giving me a bigger reward in terms of stabilization, and this is what I sorely need. Ciao.